What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and the Ant-Man and Wasp DLC is available for everybody with the Season Pass, and I believe it's $3 if you don't have the Season Pass, but it should be out now on all consoles and platforms and computers and whatever. And with that, we have an end to our DLC in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. And look at that. Such a great character list. Tons of characters. Can't wait for LEGO Marvel 3 or LEGO Avengers 2. However it is that they decide to do their next Marvel game. With that, I've had people asking about whether or not I was going to do a new top 10 list with all of the DLC out. And that answer is, you're watching it now. So let's sit back, relax, and look at my updated list of top 10 characters from LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. At number 10, we have Moon Girl, and she comes with her Devil Dinosaur companion, and she is part of the Champions character pack. And even though she's not really a member of the Champions, Moon Girl is just a fantastic character, easily one of my favorites that they've ever made. I'm not even necessarily a fan of the character, but she is just absolutely delightful. She's one of the smartest humans in the Marvel Universe, and she is just a little kid. She's got her roller skates, and I'm really looking forward to how this translates into Harley Quinn. She does all sorts of really cool stuff. She's got a little squirt gun. She's got her Inspector Gadget legs, and she has her little helicopter pack that she controls with a little joystick. Honestly, this is, to me, what LEGO Games is all about, and it's kind of the reason why, even though it's not like a character that I love, a lot of the times when I do a top 10 list, whether or not I like the character is a big reason why they're on the list, obviously. This one is purely because it was just so well made and so fantastically done, and I think that they definitely deserve some kudos. And I don't even care if they recycled Devil Dinosaur. I mean, you know, they kind of jumped the gun a little bit with Moon Boy in the last game. I don't know if they knew that Moon Girl was going to have a comeback, or Devil Dinosaur was going to have a comeback with Moon Girl, and there was just like a teaser for it, like a precursor. But yeah, man, Moon Girl, they just did a really great job. She even got the boxing glove. I mean, honestly, you can't do much better from a design point of view than Moon Girl in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 as part of the Champions pack. So let's check out number 9. At number 9, we have the would-be King of Wakanda as part of the Black Panther level and character pack. We have Eric Killmonger, aka Killmonger, and honestly, I just love the transition they made from Killmonger to Eric Killmonger. The Golden Jaguar, I believe, is what he is. Honestly, just such a great animation, and it looks exactly as it did in the movie. Just the way that it kind of like falls off in beads. You really can't discredit the design that went into that. It's not something I've ever seen them have in a LEGO game. In the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't have normally picked Killmonger. You know, I know Michael B. Jordan did do a great job as him, but it's basically Black Panther with a gun and double swords. But the animation that he goes through to transition is just so good, and I've loved it ever since they did it. Honestly, I wish there was a way to put the swords away. He might have actually been higher on the list if he could have walked around without the swords. But in a lot of cases, the swords end up just, they kind of ruin some of my screenshots. And I know that's like not something that really would affect anybody but me. But I docked him a few slots for that. But all things considered, another amazing design. The design team definitely deserves some high praise, because this is a great feature, and I love the way that they managed to pull it off. So at number 9, we have Killmonger. At number 8, we have Moon Knight. Moon Knight's still on the list. One of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, and hopefully coming to a Netflix series near you in the near future. We'll see. I love the design they did on Moon Knight. He just looks so phenomenal. And I know he's not like super different from how he's been in other games, but he's just different enough. I love the way that everything kind of reflects off his golden emblems on his chest. I really just think they did a fantastic job. And he pulls out his little staff, and then he's got his little crescent, and then right down even to the way that he can glide. Everything about Moon Knight was really awesome, and for someone like me who's already a fan of Mark Spector as a character, it was really cool to get a beefed up and even better version of Moon Knight. He is a character, I believe he's been in all 3 games, which is phenomenal, which makes me sad because it means he's probably not going to be in the next one, but maybe, hopefully. I think he's a popular enough character. Marvel's Batman. So, at number 8, we have Moon Knight. At number 7, we have the dogs of LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. That is right. We have Lockjaw, Cosmo, and their new pal,
or a slave, or a
Sparky. Sparky came to us as part of the Champions DLC. He is part of the Visions, and he's got some pretty cool abilities. So obviously, I lumped the dogs together. Being a dog owner, obviously, I'm always a little partial to dogs. So yeah, but these guys are awesome. I mean, these are 3 of the better pets in all of comics. Well, 2 of them. Sparky's dead, so mourn for Sparky. But Sparky can fly, which is kind of great. You know, Cosmo is, honestly, Cosmo's the best. I love Lockjaw. He's just a big, overgrown slug, but Cosmo is dope. Anytime you're a Russian astronaut dog with telekinesis, you're great. Lockjaw can teleport though, and honestly, again, the design, just the joy in his face when he runs, absolutely amazing. So it's funny because, you know, Ace the Bat Hound and Crypto were not my favorite additions to LEGO Batman 3. But here we are, and I'm celebrating the dogs of Marvel because honestly, they're just better. Now, Sparky, probably the most boring of the 3, but he can fly, so there's that. And he can actually teleport too, which makes sense because he's a Vision. So the dogs of Marvel make it to number 7. Cosmo, Sparky, Lockjaw. At number 6, we have Hela, the Queen of Hell, and the daughter of Loki, or the daughter of Odin, depending on which story we're going with here. It could be movie-based, it could be comic-based, but Hela, in any event, is amazing. They did just such an incredible job on Hela. And I obviously Kate Blanchett playing Hela in the movie was awesome, but just the actions that she makes, like her teleportation, her sword, just like the absolute amazing stuff that she can do. They really nailed it. Obviously, she was on a high-ranking character on my original list, and she stays here on the list this time around. The animations are phenomenal. I mean, honestly, just everything about her is just too dope. She's got her electric and her... It would have been cool if she had like the dual swords that she could throw. But I don't know if they knew when they released the game what her powers would be from Thor Ragnarok. In any event, she's such a great looking piece. Such a great looking character. Her abilities are just super cool. She looks awesome when she flies. And just like the animations, even when she's fighting, like that spin move that she does when she's fighting, just looks so cool. Does she target one? No. So, at number 6, from Thor Ragnarok, we have Hela. And at number 5, also from Asgard, we have Thor. And, you know, I know a lot of people probably look at this and say, oh, Thor is kind of boring, a boring choice. You know, why did you go with Thor? And it's pretty clear. If you know anything about me or my channel, you know that I am a massive fan of Thor. And my dog's name is Thor. We just got talking about the dogs of Marvel. And, you know, I love Thor. He's honestly one of my top favorite characters in all comic books. So much so that I named my dog after him. And he is back. He's got his own comic run again. The Imposter is no more. Unfortunately, they didn't kill her off completely. I guess it's kind of a spoiler. I'm sorry. If you didn't know that by now, you probably weren't going to know anytime soon. You were probably going to have somebody tell you in a YouTube video anyway. So I digress. But, you know, it is what it is. It's cool to have him back. I'm going to be honest, though. Like, I don't especially love the art that they're doing with him. But we'll see what happens. But, you know, anytime you can have Thor, it's amazing. I do wish that we had his Infinity War costume. And I wish that they had some of the markings a little bit different in this one. So that it did look a little bit more like the Thor Ragnarok costume. But I'll settle. And that is that. So at number 5 and 6, we have the brother-sister or is it nephew-niece combo of Hela and Thor. Man, MCU just had to make it so confusing. At number 4, we have Gwenpool. And obviously, if you follow the game, you know that Gwenpool gives you out the red brick missions. And some people might find her annoying. I do not. I've actually read her comic book run pretty closely. She has interacted with the champions, and now she is set to become a member of the West Coast Avengers with Miss Kate Bishop here. That should be interesting. Her comic run has come to an end. So, where does she throw it? I don't know that I ever... Oh, it's a grenade. I thought she was a really welcome addition. A lot of people think that she's a Deadpool ripoff. She's sort of is, but sort of isn't. You know, there are definitely aspects of Deadpool that, you know, she definitely takes advantage of. But in the grand scheme of things, she's a really cool character. And I thought they did her really well. I thought, like, the zaniness and the kookiness and just, like, how she's always making jokes. You know, having her as a bit of a narrator, kind of with Wasp. Having her give out the missions, all the artwork that Dan Biesmeyer did to go with it. I thought it was all really, really well done. And my only wish is that we could have played with Gwenpool a little bit more. I just think that they really did the character justice. I don't know if she would have lost her comic book run anyway, but she did. And I wish that maybe the game gave her more fans, but we'll see what happens. But I definitely think she's a character that's maybe gets written off a little bit too easily, just because maybe she's a little derivative, but I still love her. I think they did a really great job with her, and I am very, very happy and content with the result. So number 4, we have Gwenpool. At number 3, we have something that I never thought I would ever do or see the day. We have Nova. Now, it's not the right Nova. It's Sam Alexander and not Richard Rider. Arguments can be made that it's been Sam Alexander in all 3 games, but I am not one of the people making that argument. To me, I think that they made the Nova that was in LEGO Marvel Superheroes and LEGO Marvel Avengers to be kind of a mix of both of them. The yellow helmet obviously makes him Rider, and the fact that he says blue blazes in both games makes him Rider. However, in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics at the time, Nova Sam Alexander was rocking a yellow helmet. So I've seen people argue both, but as far as I'm concerned, Rider was in the first 2 games, and this is our first time seeing with absolution Sam Alexander. And I've softened my stance on Sam Alexander now that Rich Rider is back in the Marvel Universe. If you're not reading the Infinity Countdown stuff, or if you haven't been following Guardians of the Galaxy, you definitely want to. They tried doing a run with Sam Alexander and Nova, Rich Rider working together. It didn't work out. I think for a lot of the Rich fans like myself, we wanted a purely Rich run, but I'm not so full of myself to think that everybody wants to have another Rich Rider comic. I was actually completely okay with them doing what they're doing now, letting him run around with the Guardians of the Galaxy, letting him run around in this Infinity Countdown storyline, and just kind of rebuild himself, kind of what they're doing with our next character as well, as part of the same storyline. And I think they did a really great job with it, and I'm hoping that it resonates. I do hope that, the Nova Corps and Rich Rider kind of make a bigger comeback at some point. We'll see where everything lands after Infinity War. As far as Sam Alexander is concerned, he's come into his own. I think having him with Champions instead of the Avengers was a really good move. Having a lot of the younger, superheroes working together, like Sam Alexander, like Miles Morales, and Kamala Khan, and Riri Williams, and Viv Vision, and all those characters. I think it was a really good move. Cyclops, even though he's now moved away. It was a really good move, and I think the Champions pack was great. I love his animations. They really did a good job making this truly Sam Alexander this time. I wish that I could, change the color of his helmet to yellow, because I would be okay with creating my own Rich Rider, even though the uniform is a little off, but still, I'm pretty happy to have Nova at number 3. If it was Rider, he would be number 1, but he's not, so there is that. At number 2, we have Darkhawk, and in the core game, Darkhawk was my number 1, and now with the DLC out, he is my number 2. And honestly, if it were purely for the fact of how much I love the character, he would still be number 1. But the animations and how well made my number 1 character is, I'm sure you guys all know who it is if you've watched any of my DLC videos. I had to slot Darkhawk down at number 2. I am so excited that Darkhawk is back in such a big way in the Marvel Universe. Chris Powell he was my first favorite comic book character, if we're being honest. The first one that I walked into a comic book shop with my dad, and we bought a Darkhawk comic book. That was the one that I picked myself, and he became my favorite character just instantly. And I'm just so excited that he's back. He had Darkhawk 51, his own little book, and now he has a 4-part series with Infinity Countdown. Number 3 just came out last week, and I cannot wait to see the conclusion in number 4. Some pretty crazy stuff that they're doing with them, and I have a feeling that he's going to look a little bit different moving forward. I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like they had already made a pretty cool modernization of his costume, and I thought he looked pretty awesome, but I'm open-minded. We'll see what happens. They've definitely made some changes to him in general. I do love the fact that he's interacted with, Rich Rider in the comics, because they are friends going back to their days with the New Warriors. I just, honestly, Darkhawk is such a great character, and I think anybody that followed me throughout the course of LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 knows how much I love Darkhawk, how much I begged him to be in the game, and also knows the fact that it is because of me that Darkhawk is in this game. That is right. I told Arthur to do it. He did it, because that's how our relationship works. No, I'm kidding. That's not how it happened. But I like to tell people that because it makes me feel better about myself. Let's talk about number 1 in this game with all DLC. Who is my favorite and the bestest character in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2? That is right. At number 1, we have Thanos. Well-timed yawn. From the Avengers Infinity War DLC. There's no way they could be anybody else. He is just a phenomenal character. Everything they did for him, including that chair that he eventually falls asleep in and apparently falls from space, is just amazing. I had to put him up here in nowhere because we had to have that awesome background, that awesome space look. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos has been in all 3 Lego Marvel games, and this is absolutely, unquestionably him at his best. You gotta love, if we can get him in frame here, or wow, I don't know why it's there we go. Oh man, so bright, you can barely even see him. But yeah, his throne is amazing, and I am not even like touching the controller. He's just drifting up. Wow, this did not go very well, but it's okay. Just him being able to fly like this was amazing, and I'm speechless as to how awesome he is and how great they did with everything about him. Look at that animation. Bam! Of course, he doesn't do the finger snap, but you got the spinning Infinity Stones. Look at that. Look at that. He is just incredible, and I can't say enough good things about him. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. That was so great. Like, honestly, if he did that, like, the earth would like break in 2. So we all know about the finger snap heard by half the galaxy. Man, this honestly, the way that they were able to do Thanos in this was just honestly beautiful. I love the gauntlet. I love his little animation here where he's bored on his throne. Love everything about it. Love that he bamfs. I love that like red energy that comes out. Phenomenal. So that brings a close to my new top 10 with all DLC. And Thanos is number 1. Darkhawk was number 2. Nova 3. Gwenpool 4. Thor 5. Hela 6. The Dogs of Marvel. Cosmo, Sparky, and Lockjaw number 7. 8. Moon Knight. 9. Killmonger. 10. Moon Girl. Just a great list, great characters, all different reasons, not just because I love them, some of them just a testament to the great animations. I don't know if there's going to be a quote-unquote thank you DLC, but if there is, I will definitely appreciate it, and I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and we'll see you.